What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another bonus episode. Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 11. Rob, hit him with the links and tell him about the spoilers right now.
Alright, make sure you check out DirtyShoreUnderground.com. New episodes of the podcast every Thursday. Bonus episodes on Monday. So that's at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Facebook, Twitter, and now on Instagram to get updated with all the latest information. You'll also be able to get links to the live stream. We are streaming live, as always, on YouTube, youtube.com/C/DirtyShoreUG-OTA. Make sure you join us in there. You can participate, comment. We read the comments live during the show so that you can get your questions and comments out while we're talking. So, and, spoiler alert, as always, we're going to be discussing episode 11 of The Walking Dead and all the previous episodes of Season 6 and all the previous episodes of all the seasons and probably some of the comics and maybe some of Fear the Walking Dead. So if you haven't seen any of that stuff...
We can't talk about the comics because you keep threatening to punch me.
Past comics, not forward comics. But so if you haven't seen any of that stuff, make sure that you stop right here, check out the most recent episode, and then come back and check out the review. So...
Say you are beautiful.
Shut the fuck up.
Always with that response. Anyway, so episode 11 is one of those episodes that I think we love to hate. Because nothing happens.
But a lot happens.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to concede a point because Abraham, in his, well, it was kind of a side comment, acknowledges that in fact a month ago is when the invasion
which meant
happened.
I was right, and this is like the first time that I can say I was right about something small and minute about this, but I was right for once. I was right.
Flash, thanks for joining us, Flash. Friend of the show, Flash, who was on a few weeks ago. Comments, he left the comics. I don't know what that means. Again, there's a little bit of a lag, so make sure you give us some context for your comments and questions. That'd be great. But yes, you were right. A month had passed. At least a month up and until when they're standing in the yard at the hilltop. So, whether or not that was a month from when
I think
the other stuff we saw...
I think we jumped a month and then it was back to it about a
close
day and a
time.
half to 2 days.
Because you never know how long it takes to travel. Oh! Did you just ruin the surprise? I think Flash got me the comics, and they're at the office waiting for me in a box that I forgot to take home this weekend. So, sorry about that, Flash. I'm also...
Rob.
I know. I'm going to get the... we're going to get him. I'll get him on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. So, hey, we're right back to it. All right, so... we know that a month has passed, about a month. And again, we don't know how far the hilltop was from Alexandria. You would think that it'd have to be some distance, because otherwise they would have stumbled on each other at some point.
I'm thinking about 2 hours. 2 hour drive.
Well, because they're going out and doing these all-day searches. You would think that they would have stumbled into each other.
It's supposed to be a 3-hour trip.
To where? Oh, like Gilligan?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But...
I want cookies.
Yeah, the cookies I'm going to eat. I'm totally just going to give them to the girls and eat them.
He doesn't eat cookies.
Who, me?
Him.
Why?
Because he doesn't.
Well, he don't eat the cookie, but doesn't... Anyway, so,
I have a whole box of Thin Mints sitting at the shop waiting for me. I just keep forgetting I got them there.
But, so what we know is that, so the Rick and Daryl go out all day. They're gone all day. So let's say that that's a 3-hour drive, 4-hour drive. Then if people are coming from the hilltop and they've just now, after 2 years, met up at the edges, then you got to think that's probably a 6-hour drive. At least 3 hours there and then 3 hours back to the hilltop. So maybe closer, but it's got to be a long-ass drive.
I mean, Rick's crew never really goes anywhere to where they can't be back by nightfall.
Right, but you got to think they're also going to have to start going further and further out to find stuff. Because they hit a house, they mark it off, they come back. But maybe not now, because apparently now things are breaking down and there's going to be trade. So, for whatever that's worth. But, going back to the beginning of the episode, I did not catch the first segment. So,
you missed the first
segment. You're going to have to update everybody on what happened in the first segment.
Fucking Sasha just kind of... What's his face?
Abraham.
Abraham is
But they had a moment. The last time we saw them kind of together, they had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And where was it? That was in the doctor's office? At the RPG, I think, right? And then they got in the truck and there wasn't really anything going on. And he said he had some shit to take care of at home with Rosie?
Yeah.
Rosalita.
Who, to go back even further, weird ass Eugene used to watch them bang all the time. And interesting enough, to jump ahead a little bit, so Abrams says that he wants to not risk getting a girl pregnant.
Yeah.
So him and Rosie were banging all that time. Was he using condoms? Can she not have kids?
He said he doubled up.
We said in the future he was going to double up.
I think he meant he doubled up.
Well, maybe that's because Rosie's dirty too. I don't know. But, what? Come on, let's hear.
I didn't say anything.
Come on. But, so I mean, like, it's just, maybe they just didn't say anything about it. Maybe it wasn't a thing, but you would think that there would have been some mention about it beforehand. We saw Glenn and Maggie using condoms kind of the first time they hooked up.
Season 2.
God damn, was that all the way back in season 2? In the tower,
2.
right? At the jail?
No, that was like season 4. Season 2 was in the convenience store when they went out to get the
Oh god, that's
the
right.
day after pills for Shane's baby. Shane's baby.
Well, the baby that looks so much like Shane. And whoever's doing casting for The Walking Dead, just casting the baby. Excellent job. You're picking babies that, and obviously it's not the same baby, because as we go on, they're changing them out. Because time's passing faster than obviously the baby would age. But those babies all look like Shane. Every single one of them looks like Shane. So that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to eventually answer the question about, is it Rick's baby or not? And I mean, I think it's the kind of thing that if this show goes for 10 seasons, or 12 seasons, that what's the kid's name? Judith. Judith we'll see her as like a little kid. And there will be that moment. Do you remember that movie with Jim Carrey as the cop who goes crazy?
Yep, Me, Myself, and Irene.
Okay. And like the neighbor comes up to him and he's like, buddy, look at their dicks. They're bigger than them sausages. The kids, it's Anthony Anderson is one of the kids. So, take a shower, Stakey. Welcome to the Dirtyshore Underground. Negan is a greasy-haired loser is the comment. Yes. Although played by Oscar-caliber actor, and maybe you can weigh in on this because Kenny seems to think we are not going to see Negan until the last episode of the season. I do think we'll see him before that.
I've been saying this entire season we'll see him at the very last episode.
Right, at the end of the episode.
And we'll see him crush Glenn's head with a baseball bat.
Right, so that's what. So
a barbed wire baseball bat.
Thoughts and comments on that are certainly welcome. But I think that if this show does go 10 seasons, we'll see Judith get older, and there will be that moment where somebody's going to be like, Rick, look at her. She looks, well, with Glenn's gone, the only people left who would be originals would be Carol, Carl, Rick,
Daryl,
who I also assume is going to die.
Yes.
Although, who knows?
That's who you're saying is going to die this season. I don't think he's going to.
So, we got 5 originals. Carl and Rick would both have to be involved for this conversation to kind of happen. So, Carol or Daryl, or Carol and Glenn, whoever survives of the Glenn-Daryl dichotomy, is going to just have that conversation with Rick. Like, let's be honest, Rick. That baby is not yours. She is not yours, and good for you because you raised her, but that is Shane's kid. Look at her. She looks like the Punisher. So...
Daredevil Season 2 coming in just a couple weeks.
I know, super excited for it. And Fuller House dropped this week.
And that's another thing to mention just because of the whole baby thing.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny that they casted twins to play the fucking baby yet again.
Okay, so here's a key to the movie and TV industry. You always cast twins. Or triplets.
But there's a lot of times where, there's been also plenty of times where they haven't.
No. They always cast twins.
Not always.
Because you have to have more than one baby on set. If it's a very small baby, it won't be twins. It'll just be multiple babies. But the assumption I think with Fuller House is that kid is going to keep getting older, so they want to have two of them. Hopefully they'll look the same getting older, because you never know when one's going to be finicky and what you're going to do. And there's a scene where Lori Loughlin, Becky, is doing the costume changes, and you just know they were like, I know, right? God damn. And
John Stamos too.
Okay.
No homo involved,
but John Stamos is a good-looking guy. He still looks good. Lori Loughlin still good. Bob Saget looks like shit. But
yeah.
We'll get into that this Thursday. Make sure you check out the episode, because we're going to do a full breakdown on Fuller House, which just came live last Friday, and which Kenny binged in about 18 hours. So
I watched it while I was helping customers yesterday.
Yeah, and Jody Sweden, yo, I'm sweet on you. Give me a call. So anyway,
it's good for getting into some drugs.
Well, in and out. So check that out this Thursday. So back onto the Walking Dead.
Even Flash says it.
What's that? Carol is going to be the bitch who says the baby isn't Rick's. Flash says everyone else is way too nice. Yes, I agree that I think Carol will be the one. It'll be like Rick will say something. Carol, I mean, and it hasn't been so much Carol recently. It's been a lot of Michonne. It's been a lot of, I think we said before that Judith has been taken care of by like every black character on the show. And for a while, it seemed like Michonne or, Tyrese for a while when he was around, they were taking care of Judith way more than Rick was. Of course, he was answering phone calls.
It was Tyrone, Tyrese, and Carol together that was really
right. Yeah. But I think that it's good.
Thank God Judith never looked at the.
Yeah. But I think there's going to be a moment where like Carol's going to be arguing Rick about something to do with Judith, and he's going to say something shitty to her that's going to involve like, I'm her father, I'll make decisions, and Carol's going to be like, Rick, look at that kid.
He killed her father in season 2.
That kid looks just like Shane. That is Shane's kid, and good for you for raising her. But we are all her parents because you killed her dad back when you got jealous about that. So I mean, I think it's great. And God, let's hope there's 10 seasons. I'd love for there to be 10, 12 seasons of the show when they get there.
It's supposed to be never ending, so.
And I mean, because they're still writing the comics, unlike George R.R. Martin, who was doing anything except for writing right now, Kirkland seems to be like getting very prolific about the writing and trying to stay ahead. Although we had a report during the show that apparently they've skipped way ahead in the comics. Now, what we know though is the show is not opposed to skipping ahead and coming back and going ahead and coming back. So it could be that they are doing this now, and then something big happens, and then we spend a couple of episodes or a full half season going back and seeing what we didn't see, what was happening in the background.
The whole Fear of the Walking Dead thing is like bringing that whole style to The Walking Dead.
Right, yeah. And I love that they're having that kind of influence on each other. And on Fear the Walking Dead, some of those, they were doing scenes from the previous shows, but I forgot how much I enjoyed that show. Just those little cut scenes were really great. I really enjoyed Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm thinking, from what I've seen in the previews, again, during the episode, that it's really going to get into that breakdown time. We saw the lights go out. I mean, the end of the season was the lights go out. Everything kind of goes crazy, and here's the boat. Maybe we get away, but it looks like things are going to go crazy.
And I know you always say you hate spoilers, and I already said it, so I don't care if you punch me anyway. But in a preview I seen for the first episode, zombies in the water.
Right.
Which is a whole new dynamic.
But we saw that before, though. I mean, that's the thing, is that the lake in Alexandria, we didn't see what happened there, but...
But they weren't, like, swimming towards a boat that was carrying main characters.
Were the zombies swimming in the preview?
It looked like it.
No, see, I think they're walking. I think that's the thing, is that they get in water and then they continue to walk.
But it was in the ocean, and that boat was out far enough that there was no way the zombies should have been.
Listen, that thing could be in walking distance. They put it out just so it's under the draft. You never know. But
we'll find out in April.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, what was it? Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead, where the zombies can walk.
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, they walk underwater because they don't need to breathe.
With the dude that was in Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
Spanish.
Holy
dude.
shit, John Leguizamo.
Yes, him.
fucking forget about Super Mario Brothers. God damn, we're gonna have to go do an episode about old movies.
I don't care what anybody says. That was a good movie.
It was a horrible movie,
It was
but
a good
it's
movie.
nostalgic, and I enjoy it because I remember what I felt, how excited I was for that movie when it came out.
I like the people that were in the movie.
Yeah, John was on.
And
Was great.
John's been great in anything I've ever seen him in.
And the guy who is in Who Framed Roger Rabbit is Mario in that movie. So
a classic.
yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I watched that with Kendall one day.
She's too young for these fucking movies. You need to get
What
him.
did he watch?
I watched that when I was her age.
Look, you are fucked up in the head. You need to not let him show
What
her.
did he
Just
show
Who
her?
Framed Roger Rabbit.
She's seen me in her
It is
watching.
real fucked up. You guys need to parent that kid, because that is fucked up.
Look, just because I've watched Deadpool 8 times now.
And try to let her watch it. And you let, who is the 12-year-old that you let watch it?
12-year-old.
Who is it? There was a kid?
No, I was like 6 or 7 when I watched it.
Deadpool.
Nobody watched Deadpool with us.
No, her brother was going to watch it with me.
Oh, your brother. Okay. Anyway, not important. Don't let her see Deadpool. Don't show her Roger Rabbit. That movie is really fucked up.
It's really not.
It's like Cool World. Do you remember Cool World?
Never heard of it.
Brad Pitt goes into the comic?
No.
Or goes into cartoon?
Never heard of it.
Okay, well, don't show her that either. 'Cause that's really
Now I
bad.
gotta go look it up.
Anyway, it's a good movie, but it's not good for a 7-year-old.
Your parents screwed you up. That's what that is.
I'm a normal functioning adult. I think
Your parents
We're looking-
sheltered you like
Yes,
a motherfucker.
that is what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to show 7-year-olds' heads getting cut off. Anyway,
Why not? They
Not
know their
important.
shit's the fake.
People ask me why we let her watch The Walking Dead.
She watches The Walking Dead too.
yeah, and I wouldn't. My kids would not be watching The Walking Dead either. But that's
She's
What the
watching.
hell?
She sat here while we watched.
Cool World is amazing. Yeah, Flash. I should have known you would know
you
that.
didn't see the star that was floating around the.
Oh, that
yeah.
was probably the.
No, it was her doing the. She did like a little symbol
Yeah.
in the thing. So yeah.
And it makes the shit fun.
Well, Flash, whatever you just did, do it again so we can see it.
Ha!
Listen,
God
I'm
damn
a
it.
highly functioning sociopath that has nothing to do with how I was raised. I can function well in mixed company. That's what's important. So, anyway, back to the episode. Yes, Carol will eventually have that talk with Rick because he's going to say something that's a douchey something, and that'll be the end of that.
Oh.
So we I see Flash makes a comment, but it didn't come up.
Because I think she was trying to do the
Just
the star thing?
Yeah.
It's a thumbs up or whatever. Whatever emoji she did must have did it.
No.
Has
Anyway.
something to do with the live streaming, which is kind of cool.
Well, and if you're not watching us on the live stream, you're missing out. Make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, so you get links to the live stream. It's streaming live on youtube.com/c/DirtyShoreUG-OTA, and you can comment and be part of the show. So, we open on Sasha and Abram. Apparently, that's not going to happen after all.
Pieced them out.
Yeah, and
Literally.
I think that a lot of his comments to Glenn were a lot of like bitterness about like, well, you're getting laid, I'm not getting laid now, apparently.
Nuh-uh. Because right after the whole scene with Sasha in the beginning, he was banging the side bitch.
Oh, he was begging Rosa?
He went right back to banging her.
Well, of course he did. Good. See, and this is the shit that I missed. God damn
She
it.
was like, I'll see you around. And then it cut to him banging her.
Was Eugene watching like through a
No,
hole in
he
the wall or
wasn't.
something?
He was nowhere to be seen.
Anyway, God, that dude's
I
weird.
don't think he was in the episode at all.
No, we didn't. I mean, it was focused on the
There
group
was
that left.
no hair
so.
game tonight.
No hair game. Hair game's strong though. So, so after that, then Jesus comes down and he is saying that I'm waiting for your mom and dad to get ready, basically.
Which, it had me laughing. You showed up right after that. And then they were sitting at the table, and Carl, who has a gun, sitting on the table, and his hand's like an inch away from him, is just like, give me a reason, motherfucker.
It's so weird because there was a meme going around this week that was like Carl and Rick, and he's like, Carl says, Dad, I heard Judith calling you daddy last night, and then Rick's like, that wasn't Judith, and then Michonne's like,
Yeah.
So it's weird that
that was
that's how
like
it
the
came
best
out.
meme of the week for...
Sorry. I was trying to. Michonne.
She wants to comment.
Yes,
is
of
what
course.
happened.
Except for the fact that iPhones don't let you use it because they automatically expand the window.
Right, yeah.
So.
Oh, that's why iPhones suck. Apple
Real
can
shit.
suck a chode. Anyway, but so I just thought it was funny that all week that meme was going around, and then the very first scene is I waiting on your mom and dad, and like basically Carl finds out that they were banging, and you know I don't know how old Carl's supposed to be. Again, it's hard to follow the track of time, but I'm assuming he's like 13, 14.
Well, it's jumped further than it actually is in the comics, but
Right.
because of puberty. They
Well,
didn't really
because
have a
the
choice.
actor himself is getting older, so they kind of have to follow with it. But not a conversation I'd be having with my kid. Like, listen, I was going to tell you that I was banging Michonne. But,
Yeah, that's.
like, what? Oh, and it just happened last night.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't have had that.
You would. Don't.
I would
him
let my
around
kid
your
watch
children.
Roger Rabbit. So
Don't let him around your children.
there's nothing wrong with Roger
I
Rabbit.
can't help it. They love him now.
Sometimes you got to do what's good for them, even if they don't like it. That's what being a good parent's all about. But
Well, he's the only daddy they've ever known.
so.
And they love him.
Because
I
I let
could
them watch
replace
Roger Rabbit.
Well, that's why.
And Friday the 13th.
I'll replace.
Kendall
it.
has sat here and watched Friday the 13th movies with me.
I brush your hair and I change diapers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I changed diapers.
You've
and
got
it's not shitty.
you've got one up on Kenny because he doesn't
Upgrade.
change diapers.
I do if they're not shitty.
Anyway, so then Carl, like, again, not a conversation I would be having with my teenage kid. Like, yeah, I was banging out, because him and Michonne are, ages are weird. Like, once they start treating you like an adult,
And Michonne and Carl started out as best friends.
they are friends, and that's what I was gonna say. Is that like once they treat you like an
He
adult,
loves
you're
her
friends.
like a mother, and we've seen that in this episode.
I mean, I think
And
that
I
he
think
loves her.
I don't remember. I don't know if you missed that part or not.
No, that he said that I would do that for you
Yeah.
because we're family.
Yep, you walked in right before that happened, didn't you?
But, no, I saw it. But I don't know that means that he sees her as mother. He sees her as a family member, and apparently now he sees her as his dad's whore. Like, no, it's not the same thing.
Episode 12, Carl slips up and calls her mommy.
Oh gosh, and then she gets real weird.
And then
But-
Carl, and then Rick goes, I called her mama last night.
So, in the RV though, then it got super weird. The whole like arm on the leg thing, like I don't get all of that. I don't really do that in the car, so maybe it's just me. But like, I don't get the whole arm on there, and then like you're trying to show off for people in the car. Like, who are you doing that for? I guess I don't get it. But I thought the discussion in the back was more interesting with Abraham and Glenn and the whole thing. But the other side of that conversation is
Did
at
you
the
bring
end.
enough snacks?
Yeah, I'm hungry as shit. I haven't eaten all day.
I know, he
Hey,
didn't
know
buy
me?
pizza this weekend. It was this weekend.
I drove.
I know. You
Barely got here.
You had to come from Baltimore because you were doing
All the way
your
down.
other
And I
podcast.
got to my house when you messaged me. I'm like, shit. It's
Because I
Sunday.
didn't
Walking
expect you to
Dead.
forget because it was Walking Dead night.
No, I totally did forget. I was ready to go to bed. So ready to go to bed. But anyway, but at the end of the episode, after all that bullshit he's talking to Glenn, then they pass around the sonogram picture, and he's all smiles and whatever. So, I mean, Abraham, for all that bullshit, I think that he just, it's more about him not having someone, and not necessarily about him not wanting that.
You don't think that whole entire thing was setting Glenn up to die?
No.
No?
I think that we've had our scare with Glenn, and that will be the end of that for Glenn. That if anybody's safe, he's safe, at least for now.
Did we put money on the end of the season for Glenn dying?
$1. Yeah, $1.
Okay.
$1 on Daryl, $1 on Glenn.
Y'all bet each other $1.
We're broke.
Yeah. I don't know if you understand this or not. Not all of us have money to be thrown into games on our phone and stuff like that. So, anyway.
Run, nigga, run! Oh, chips fly.
Oh, yeah.
Did it really?
Why don't you just throw trash all over your place? Fuck this house.
Oh, fuck you, Rob.
Anyway, so...
You had pretzels and you didn't share?
No, I
They're
hoovered.
chocolate colored.
I hoovered the entire everything. The contents of that bag got hoovered about 10 minutes after the show started. So, anyway, where was I going with that? So, could it be a setup for Glenn dying? Yes, but I think it's a setup for us to think that Glenn might die and then he won't die.
I feel as though the two little setups, the one where everybody thought he was dead and we knew he wasn't,
Yeah.
and then the episode where they started surrounding him and Abraham fucking saved his ass. I think they're sitting there playing it and like, okay, Glenn's not actually gonna die. They're just fucking with us.
Yeah. And
So
then
that way, when he does actually die,
nobody believes.
in the season finale, they spend the next 6 months saying he's not fucking dead, and then we come back in
And he
and
isn't.
you see the fucking funeral being laid out and all that bullshit.
Putting his name back up on the wall because they had marked it out. So tell me this: what was the deal with Abraham's necklace? I don't remember any reference to that necklace before.
I think there was a very small reference to it, to his wife.
Back when he started losing his shit, like in season 5.
When they did the episode where he met
Eugene. Yeah. Because he was sitting there, and that's the only thing I could remember it being referenced was him playing with it right before he was about to shoot himself. And then it's been gone since then, but today it kind of played a part, I guess because of the baby, and oh no, because he almost stabbed the dude in the head, and he said he saw his wife. What's that? Oh yeah, and he said he saw his dead wife right before he almost died. By the way, if you get injured, do not moan and walk around in the dark. Because if you're hobbled up, like, oh, good, oh, it hurts, somebody's going to stab you in the fucking head, apparently. So, but he survived, luckily. Do you think that dude's bit, or do you think that he's just hurt?
Looked to me like he was sick.
Yeah, because he had the wrap on his leg, and Abraham kept looking at the leg, and his face was all white, which is what we've seen from Fear the Walking Dead, is kind of the start. You get sick, like the white face and everything, and then you get dead, and then you get undead.
You get dead.
You get dead, and then you get undead.
At this point, it could play out either way because it's hard to say. Because we know if you die, then you come back.
I gotta say, I live on a road with a lot of deer, but it's even more dangerous in this world because those people are just cruising along, and then
Did you ever see the? Did you ever watch the Scout's Guide to Zombie Apocalypse?
No, I haven't seen that.
You watch it.
What?
You gotta watch it.
No, I heard it was good because
It was
it's
good.
yeah. What's her name? The blonde that's in that is, she's somebody's sister. Can't remember who, but whatever, not important. She's super hot. See, I can say that and not get hit. She is super hot.
Well, even the animals come back as zombies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So,
no, see, I did know that.
There is a great fucking scene in the movie, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but definitely try to check that out this week.
You should see
It's in the red
Zombievers.
box.
Watch Zombievers.
No.
I started watching it, and I never finished.
It's on Netflix.
I know.
It's super fucking
That's
good.
how I started watching it, and I never finished it.
It is so bad it's good. I mean, it's a 80s slasher zombie movie.
So I'll love it then.
You will absolutely love it. It has you like laughing the whole time, but laughing in that like, oh, that's so good.
I watched 2 years ago on Netflix. I watched a zombie movie. It was a Japanese one,
Yeah.
and the fucking zombies were like farting and shit. I don't remember what the hell it was called, but it was on Netflix. And because it was a zombie movie, I started watching it.
Yeah.
And there was this whole scene with like a porta potty and shit, and there was a guy trapped in there with a zombie, and the fucking zombie was farting, and he's just like,
Japanese people are super weird.
They
just in
had the
general.
weirdest fucking game shows.
Yeah.
And
Although I do love me some bonsai. That is both show. Anyway, but it's a dangerous drive because we see that these people are just chilling there driving down the road, and when Rick and the crew get there, the car's up on its side. There are zombies up in the wheel well. There's one like wrapped around the drive shaft. Everything. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen, bro?
Yeah.
Because they just stand in the road.
Apparently, farting zombies is a real thing.
Yeah, he just said
It's actually a real name of the movie, Farting Zombies.
Oh, good. So check out Farting Zombies on Netflix, apparently.
I don't think it's still there because I haven't found.
You can find it on
I never
YouTube.
finished it, and then it disappeared.
Coca Popcorn, probably? Is that what that website's called? Coca Popcorn?
Popcorn time?
Apparently,
Popcorn Time?
Dying Light has farting zombies too.
Anyway,
I've never seen a farting zombie in Dying Light. And
Kenny, right here.
I'm already beat.
YouTube.
We'll watch it later.
Alright, so, shit, where was I? So, so they meet the people on the road, they get back there. What are the odds that they find an obstetrician in the fucking zombie apocalypse? This is how I know Maggie will not die. Maggie is going to give birth because they're going to do the whole thing all the way out. Flash confirmed. Yes, it's Coke and Popcorn. Check out cokeandpopcorn.com. Not that we recommend you pirating anything, but if you're going to do it, that's a good place to find streaming video. So,
Don't
we'll
tell the cops.
Don't tell the police. Fuck the police. Finally saw Straight Outta Compton this week, so very excited about that. But,
Although because I know you hate cops altogether.
Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. I don't hate cops altogether.
Yeah, not altogether. Look what I said, Scott,
let's
earlier. I said.
You didn't get his ass fired.
Well, it's funny because it's between friends, and like I said, today was like a mini reunion, minus Rob being there and having the whole debate thing going on, which always happened with you and Scott.
Because I had real work to do.
You both have
doing auditions. Anyway, but no. So after they pick up the crew. Well, here's what I was gonna say. We know Maggie is not gonna die because we have an obstetrician. So we're gonna see Lauren Conrad's beautiful, beautiful face all the way through. Although short hair, which Kenny really does not dig on any women, apparently.
But that was after the season was already finished, so we're good.
He hates short hair on every single one.
That's not true. It's just on her. Don't try to get me killed when
No,
I'm
I'm just saying, because
tonight.
apparently that's what it means. When you say Lauren Conrad doesn't look good with short hair, that means all women don't look good with short hair.
I thought she was about to throw something.
I did too. I did too. Thought something heavy was coming. Oh yeah, I'll take one. But, so because we have an obstetrician, we know Maggie is going to give birth. And there's going to be some kind of negotiation to allow her to be there. You know what I mean? Like, that's... What's going to happen is there's going to be a showdown with Negan's people, but the hilltop is going to be the traitors. So, traitors, Traders, not traitors. But, so I think Maggie's safe because we have an obstetrician. They're going to want to do another baby. I agree with Abram. Why the fuck are you getting pregnant, trying to get pregnant, or as he says, when you're putting in the Bisquick, were you trying to make pancakes? Which I think is the best way of asking if he was trying to get pregnant or not.
Everybody likes some pancakes.
No, not in the zombie apocalypse. We don't like pancakes. No,
You don't like pancakes?
absolutely not.
You would not eat pancakes for breakfast in the zombie apocalypse?
Not made with that Bisquick. Maybe you would. Smack that pancake right on your face. God, that was chicken egg was good. I'm so fucking hungry. No. I gotta carry this shit, so I gotta be able to talk.
You should hold it like a
Just
dolphin.
give me one.
Make him go, ah! Good enough.
So, I think Maggie's safe. We had a comment about maybe Eugene dying this episode. I do think Eugene's time is coming. Because I don't think he's...
He thought Eugene was dying.
Didn't Brandon say he thought Eugene was going to
No,
die?
he thought Abraham was going to die.
Abraham.
Well, he didn't say it was this episode. He said it was coming. He said he believes that Abraham's going to die while on patrol with Eugene because Sasha said Eugene wanted to step up, so Eugene is going to start going patrols with Abraham.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then Eugene is going to flake
Talk about the
and
worst...
get real scared.
The worst idea possible.
Yeah.
Worst idea possible. One person out of the whole crew I would not do a patrol with, at least alone, is him.
Harry game protects her.
Shit, no. Harry gonna get eaten by a zombie, hopefully. But
that's never gonna get old.
I think that Eugene's time is coming. I thought Abraham's time was coming. And for it being one of those episodes that we have to get through to get to the next thing, and we gotta kick this off by saying it's an episode you love to hate. Because a lot happens, but really it's getting from one thing to the next. We have to introduce Hilltop. We have to cause some kind of, how are Negan's people and the crew, our crew, going to face off? Well, here's how we do it.
And I think that the reason that ends up happening is because when they market the episode, they make it look like we're going to get a bunch of action.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't necessarily have to do that to get our attention to keep us there.
Well, for us, because we'll watch it anyway. But I get it. The promos for this week did not show the episode that we saw. There was a lot of, it looked like action was happening. Like, one of them had, like, all of them with their guns pointed up, and you didn't see what they were pointing at.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out they were pointing at the guard towers of Hilltop. It wasn't even hostile. It was just like, you know.
Everybody was in that moment like, what the fuck's going
Right.
on? And Jesus was like, yeah! Put your guns down. Put your guns down. We're going to go inside. Everybody's going to be chill.
Well, and here's another thing about Jesus. I really like him, which does not bode well for him. Because
Hell no, because
when-
everybody we like dies.
every time you start to like
Except
somebody...
for the main cast members that have been there.
The starters. Yeah, because we like them a lot because of them being along with us, but like... After season 2, when you start liking somebody, they start dying.
Especially with the last season, the guy that trained Morgan.
Yeah.
That one fucking episode with just him and Morgan, we
So
liked
good.
them, and right at the end of it,
Yeah. Noah.
why?
Noah.
Noah.
Fuck
Everybody hates Chris, but in this, everybody loved him. They should have kept him around. I think he could have been a really good character.
Oh, and Beth. God damn it.
I'm glad she died.
You don't like her?
I have hated her from the start. When she tried to cut her wrist, that should have been it for her.
You gotta do what you gotta do in this kind of world, I think.
Although I thought it
Okay.
was funny when they did the whole scene where Carl was trying to get a piece because she was playing like a 17-year-old when she's really like 27.
And Carl is really like 14,
Yeah.
so... Oh, God.
Although
she's
that
in a
was a
good movie.
normal thing for a 14-year-old. So, I guess that works out.
I was dating a senior in high school when I was a freshman, so... You know what I mean? Does that surprise you at all?
No,
Didn't think so. So...
you're a man whore.
So, Jesus, I think his days are numbered. I hope not. Of course, I love who? Beth? Sorry, so flash comments, of course, Rob loves crazy. I'm assuming that, Beth is crazy. I think that she was pushed to the brink based on everything that was going on. But then,
season 2, yeah.
but then her shit with that like season where they fled the farm and she was with, or they fled the jail, and she was with Daryl before she got taken.
That was the only point I liked her.
Yeah, right before she got
In the
taken.
hospital is when I started to like her.
And she nutted
And that
up
was
and
it.
she took it. Yeah.
Everything before that, I fucking hated her.
Yeah.
Beth.
Beth. In the hospital, when she was legit trying to get the fucking people in the hospital killed
Yeah.
because she knew they were fucking full of shit, that was when I liked her.
Well, and so you would think that was a progress, and she would have kept going that direction. So hopefully, but no more, because we started liking her, and then she died, and now we like Jesus.
Shot right to the head.
Now we like Jesus, and who knows what's gonna happen?
Shot right to the head.
Yeah. So
Probably.
what
At
do
some
we?
point.
Probably. So where we're at now, we know that first of all, I didn't think that our crew was that low on food. Were they really that low that they need to start making deals to become mercenaries?
Well, I think they did that to get closer to the comics.
Obviously, they're that low if they were that worried about a truck that went into a lake.
And I think when the zombies got through the hole,
Yeah.
it screwed a whole lot
Oh,
of
sure.
everything up.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I guess
a whole lot of everything.
I suppose that is that's probably true.
that's
And
the thing. Shut up.
also, I didn't see any fields around Hilltop. They said that they're growing all these crops, but I saw like a shitty little garden.
It was what would have been considered a mansion in George Washington's day.
Yeah, it was. It looked like at first I thought they were going to say they
Which
were at
they said
Monticello.
was a museum, which
Yeah.
it could be, if somebody looked it up, actually be a museum in today's standards.
Well, no, like I said, I thought it was going to be Monticello, where Thomas Jefferson lived, because that's in Virginia, right outside of D.C., which is close in time. It's close to Alexandria, and I thought, I think that's essentially what it is. They just can't say Monticello and they can't shoot there, so they called it something else. And they're also shooting in Georgia, so they're not actually shooting in Virginia. But yeah, it's a one big house surrounded by FEMA trailers and some lean-tos. They have some animals and a shitty little garden, though they say that they're growing all these crops. So
I wonder why the trailers were even there, because the only time you see trailers like that is during construction work.
no, those were FEMA trailers. Some of them came from a FEMA camp, and those trailers have wheels, and you can just tie them up to a truck and go. So I guarantee that when the shit hit the fan, people took their trailers and left, and then they just all kind of found that place.
Circled one really old brick building.
Well, and I like the explanation for why people went there, because every school child within 50 miles had been to the house. And they had been told that the reason it was built where it was because it allowed you to see for miles, so it gave you a strategic advantage, and they saw people churning butter and making clothes and doing all of that stuff. And if the world's going to end, it doesn't really end. It just kind of goes back to the beginning before technology. You go to a place that's already prepared for that. A place where can we churn butter? Well, we already got the butter churned because when I was 7, I saw a woman churning butter in that thing, you know? And sewing clothes, well, they had the old loom there. And
with your foot?
Yeah, the one you use with and you have to, like, actually throw the thing down in between. Which, ironically, I think I can use. I got trained on one. But I've never actually done it yet. It's called a shuttlecock. You throw the shuttle down, and you throw the shuttle down, and you throw the shuttle down. Just shook, shook, and you go up, down, and it moves, and then you throw it, and then you hit it again, and then, yeah, and there's like 2 little foot pedals.
How much exercise is that?
A lot. And they used to make little kids do it. It used to be child labor, because they have little fingers. They could get the shuttle.
So this is why people weren't fat pre-1950.
That, and because they didn't eat very much. So, both of those. They worked long hours.
Or fast food wasn't that big.
No fast food, yeah. But, so, I like the explanation for why people came there. It makes sense to me. I can't think of anything around here that would be like that, but, I mean, is there a kind of, like, Colonial Williamsburg?
There you go, Kenny.
I wouldn't really think to go to Colonial Williamsburg, but, if you wanted to have a place where you could do anything possible without electricity, that's the place to go. You know what I mean? They have everything that doesn't run on electricity, they have one there.
You want to know where I've never been, and both of you have probably been there?
Where's that?
Gettysburg.
I have been to Gettysburg, but it's just a battlefield. There's nothing really there. I mean, there's a couple of cabins and museums, but...
But still, I mean, like, most people have been there that are from our area.
Because it's like that house. It's within 50 miles,
yeah.
so...
And schools do field trips there.
Field trips there. Yeah.
But I have never been there. I was bad that week, and I wasn't allowed to go.
Surprise, surprise. Probably because you watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so...
That was a great movie.
Yes, Flash. A shuttlecock is what's used in badminton, and the reason it's called a shuttlecock is because it looks like the thing that you use in a loom. I'm pretty sure. So, sorry, Flash said the shuttlecock is what you use in badminton, which is also
a
true.
little rubber ball with the...
I thought that was called a birdie.
They call it a birdie because in gym class you weren't allowed to use the word cock. Birdie.
Okay.
That's about the same about when I was in middle school.
I don't know. I never questioned it.
With the Spanish teacher, and I called him Flash because apparently he used to be a stripper. Did you have the same Spanish teacher?
I don't know. Who'd you have?
Can't remember his name.
Middle school?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go to your middle school. Went to private middle school.
Go figure.
Yep.
You sheltered ass bitch.
Tell that to my 160 IQ. Anyway. God, my head's itchy. Alright. Well, I'm exhausted.
That's okay, because I don't want to be sheltered.
Keep your children far away from him.
Too
Too
late.
late now.
Yeah, I know.
Too late.
But, so where we're left off now is that our crew has all the motivation in the world to go after Negan. Personally, I think probably the worst idea in the world.
No.
Okay, why is that?
Because some people are going to die to show that nobody is safe. And that
Right.
person, as I've been saying thus far, will be Glenn.
Okay.
So I will be $1 richer at the end of this season.
Alright.
You'll be $1 poor.
Any other thoughts, though, otherwise? I mean, listen, for the show, it makes sense. Because it's going to cause, like, a whole lot of drama. But strategically, if we were living in that world, it makes no goddamn sense.
If we were living in that world, we would probably be on a very small island where there's about 10 of us and there's all kinds of wild game around and we can just...
No, if I lived in that world, I would totally be Greg, the guy running Hilltop. That's who I
He
am.
got stabbed in the gut.
Yeah, I don't trust people like that, but I would be running shit somewhere. I'd be the governor.
The governor died. So you're gonna die?
Yeah, I know, but when Rick and his crew came in, I'd kill Rick and I'd take all their women and put them in slavery and everything would be fine.
That's what the governor was trying to do, basically, and
I'd be a feudal lord.
you see how that worked out for him.
Well, yeah, because he didn't act fast enough.
You gotta read the actual novels. Not even the comics, the novels.
Don't read spoilers, Glenn. That's what Kenny believes that Glenn will die by the end of the season. But again, I don't care what's in the comics or not.
Yes,
They haven't followed the comics. Yes,
they are right now.
Oh, listen. So, how exciting was it today when Andrea and Dale were both on the adventure to Hilltop?
Dale didn't go to Hilltop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The only difference was instead of Michonne, it would have been Andrea in the comics.
Right.
But that's a very minute point.
How is that? That's the death of a major character. The death of a major character.
Nobody liked Andrea, so they killed her.
But here's what our whole point has been: they kill people we don't like, or they kill people we like.
But
people we don't
season
like.
3, when she died in season 3, they were killing people nobody liked.
My point is, you can't say major character dies, not a big deal. But they have to kill Glenn because he's a major character who dies in the comics. It's bullshit. What about Daryl? Daryl doesn't exist in the comics.
They're gonna kill Glenn.
That's
That's the only way it's gonna work for Maggie.
Why?
They are playing it up perfectly for Glenn to die. Because at this point everybody thinks there's no way Glenn's gonna die. So that when it happens, people are going to be in such shock that certain people are probably going to cry.
I will love to see
Why do
her
you
cry.
look at me when you say that?
I would love to see you cry. I don't believe you're capable of it. I think you're a monster who doesn't cry.
Oh no, she cries.
Are
I've seen it.
you gonna cry if Glenn dies?
I don't know.
Oh, that'd be super sad. Oh, what
Depends
if
on
like
how
Maggie's
they
going
play it
into
out.
labor? What if Maggie's going into labor and it flashes back to
I'll
like
cry.
Glenn?
It depends on how they play it out, though.
Glenn screams and then the baby cries and then
No, like I've been rewatching Grey's Anatomy and stuff lately, and it's certain things, like it has to be certain things that'll make me cry.
sorry, Grey's Anatomy.
You don't like Grey's Anatomy?
Couldn't care less.
That's telling me
It's a soap opera.
that's telling me I shouldn't watch it.
No, it's a soap opera.
It's
What are the
about
doctors' names? What are the doctors' names?
Meredith, Izzy, Alex, Yang, Christina Yang.
Mm-hmm.
You got Bailey.
What's the last name of the doctor?
Which
I like that.
So Flash says that Glenn needs to die so Rick can hook up with Maggie. Listen, he does have a weird thing for moms. So now that she's pregnant, maybe he'll have a weird thing for her.
Last name what doctor?
McDreamy? Oh no, that's just something called.
They've got McDreamy and McSteamy.
Yeah.
McDreamy
What the fuck is a mix?
Shh. McDreamy is Derek Shepherd.
Yes.
McSteamy is oh my god, what's his name?
Welcome to Hot Grey's
Who the fuck
Anatomy.
makes up
Talk.
these names for a show?
Fucking stupid. It's a dumb ass show.
McDreamy
I
and
like it.
It's
McSteamy.
a dumb ass show. It's a dumbass show for dumbass women who have nothing better to do.
No, I like it for like when they do the
She also
surgeries
likes
and stuff.
iZombie
They
stuff.
show.
Sure. Whatever you need. Not the
Yeah.
romance, right? Not the romance
I
at
mean,
all.
who likes iZombie?
Me, I actually do like
It's
Did you
actually
really?
the romance actually gets on my nerves because her and Shepherd are back and forth so much.
I just think the girl's super hot.
I watched the first episode. Well, that's why you watched it then.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first episode thinking it would be kind of like Warm Blooded.
Warm blooded?
Somewhere along that lines.
It goes that direction. You have to give it some time. Watch a couple episodes.
I watched the first episode and I was not impressed.
Give it a couple episodes.
Season 1 first time. Well, you still need to watch like season 2 of Green Arrow because you didn't even give that a chance past season 1. So
Anyway. Back to Walking Dead, though. So, we know that the crew is going hunting for Negan. I think strategically, horrible idea. Good idea for the show, because somebody's going to die. Not Glenn, though. It'll be Daryl.
no, because Glenn and Rick are almost like this. To be honest with you,
Glenn and Rick are gay?
almost.
Yeah. But, Jesus, his days are numbered.
Which I want to put it out there right here, right now. He is a very pretty man.
He is a pretty man. It's something about the eyes. He's got good eyes.
He looks.
And
like
his
your
hair,
boy.
it just looks so soft and silky and fluffy. There's no way he's in a fucking zombie apocalypse.
He looks like Jesus.
They can shower. Our crew has access to showers and shit.
Okay, our crew showers, but they still look like scraggly ass ragamuffins.
Well, that's because they're white trash.
Daryl may have still not showered.
I'll give you that. I don't think
Because I think
I
they
don't
would have
know.
showed that scene for the women, to be honest
It was
with
funny as shit when Rick turned around with the blood all over his face. He was like, "What?"
you. Yes, that was great.
By the way, it has been a while since we've seen Rick kill another human. Because the last one he killed was Porch Dick, right? So we made it an entire half season without him killing a human.
The other time he looked like he did tonight with blood all over his face was the night he bit the guy on his neck and killed him.
Who was
Because
that?
when
Last
they were going to
season,
rape
season
Carl.
5.
Oh yeah. Oh god, when he bit the guy's throat out.
I claim
That's
you
what it.
people.
That's
Right.
what it reminded me of when he
Daryl's
had blood.
folks.
When he had blood all along here.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
wouldn't
what
say
it reminded me of.
Daryl's folks. Daryl's
Daryl's
just
with them.
Daryl followed the line because he didn't want to cross them.
Yeah.
And he was just biding his time until he could get away.
Fair enough. But, so we know that next week hopefully we'll pick up again. This was one of those episodes to get us to next episode. It looks like that Rick is going to try to sell the people of Alexandria on going hunting for Negan, which is a horrible idea.
So your end season prediction is still the same.
Well, so this next week will be episode 12, right? So that means we got 4 more to go. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 5 more to go.
And then we jump straight into Fear
Fear the Walking Dead. But I'm thinking that we are going to see Negan in the next episode or 2. That's what I think. Next episode or 2 will be Negan.
I think the best case scenario is second to last episode. Shows up at the very end of the second to last episode, and then he creates a whole bunch of shit during the last episode.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. So, any other thoughts on this week's episode?
Do you have any end season predictions? No?
No.
Not a one? Nothing.
Not really.
Nothing.
Are you supposed to go yours?
Oh, has anybody checked the results of our poll?
No.
Apparently you didn't share the poll.
No, she did.
I did. You told me she
No, I
did.
said she did, but it's her poll, so I can't check the results.
Oh, I thought you... Because I asked you if she shared it.
She shared. I shared it because she shared it. I saw it because she shared it.
Where was I during that?
Yeah. So, any
Which, by the way, I apologize for last week.
rare form. Rare form.
That was really rare for him.
Me. Anyway, any other thoughts for this week?
Great episode overall.
Hey.
Slow but great.
Slow but great, and the slow burn to the next week when I think it'll be much more action. So.
I almost think that right now the slower episodes are trying to get people prepared for Fear the Walking Dead, because I'm sure we're going to have at least 3 or 4 slow episodes with that.
Well, and again, the problem is we're going back to the beginning, and it's hard to keep it action-packed when it's the beginning, kind of. So I guess we'll see how they handle that. But
Although if we see swimming zombies, that's going to be like...
it'll be a little intense.
That's going to be the talk of the entire season.
So,
Found it.
yep, so make sure you check out DirtyShoreUnderground.com. This episode and all our bonus episodes are posted on Monday. New episodes of the podcast posted every Thursday.
And
Here's
what
the
night are we going to film that?
Well, I don't know. Well, look, so you need to follow at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So we'll send out a link to the live stream so you can join us for the live stream of that episode when it comes up.
Here's the results of our poll. Apparently only 9 people voted.
Okay.
But 44% said eyes closed and 56% said it depends.
And how many said eyes open?
None.
All right, so that point was proven. But depends people will open their eyes. That was my point last week, was that open and closed both.
Okay.
Not weirdos who keep their eyes closed the whole time.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
I didn't know. I close my eyes when I kiss.
You're weird. So make sure you're following, or make sure you go to DirtyShoreUnderground.com for more updates. Like I said, new episodes on every Monday and Thursday. While you're at the website, make sure you click on the Amazon link. The link there on each individual post down on the homepage takes you directly to Amazon. You shop like you normally do. Everybody's shopping online. We got some important days coming up. Mother's Day is coming. Father's Day is coming. Easter is coming. So if you're going to be shopping online, you're going to go to Amazon anyway. Go to the website, DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Click through the link there to Amazon. It costs you nothing extra. You can shop just like you normally do. But
Excuse me. Sorry.
you just can't help but step on my reed. Can't help it. But while you're there, and while you're there and doing your shopping, Amazon, as a thank you to us for referring you there, gives us a little something back for referring you. That helps us because it helps keep the lights on, helps keep the bandwidth, helps keep the website up, all of those nice things. So while you're at DirtyShoreUnderground.com, click on the link, to Amazon, whether it's on an individual post or on the homepage. It's available both places. And make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to get the live stream. Live stream is always available, and the videos after the show remain available at youtube.com/c/DirtyShoreUG-OTA. And make sure you join us there so you, like the Magic Tadpole and like Flash, can participate and comment and ask questions during the live stream of the podcast. And make sure you check out robertncheek.com for more information on my stuff. You can find me on all your social networks at robertncheek. And of course, as always, check out the Oh the Anthem podcast. It's available at ohtheanthem.com. New episodes of that podcast every Tuesday, and our spotlight episodes every Friday or Saturday. Whew. So I think that's everything.
Not everything.
Okay, go ahead.
Oasis Vapor.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
As you see, we have been vaping through this entire podcast, as we do every podcast. Oasis Vapor, I now work there on weekends. You used to be able to catch Hurry there, who is a regular of the show. We are doing our second podcast show. We are trying to get a bigger store, add some pool tables and a whole lounge area so people can just come in and hang out and vape and play pool and enjoy good friends and good times. Hopefully it happens soon. We've podcasted from the current vape shop.
Right. And make sure you go back on our old episodes, which are still available on DirtyShoreUnderground.com. And as always, a big thank you to Nate for allowing us to come there. And bigger space means bigger opportunities for us to come in and podcast there. Yeah, so definitely check that out. And as always, big thank you to Nate just for being such a good supporter and for supporting Kenny and giving him a job.
I just want to say a big thank you to friends that come down from fucking faraway places to buy shit from our shop when they have 4 shops.
They drive past 4 shops. Yeah, they drive past 4 shops to get here.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's fucking great. And when you're in the area, you come to the shop. So.
I do, yeah. And I don't really go anywhere else, otherwise I just see you and get it directly from you instead of going to the shop. So.
That, or you get up with me in advance and I bring it to you, you give me the money, and I just take it into the shop later. That works.
But, anyway, so big thank you to Nate as always. Make sure you check out Oasis Vapor on 6th Street in Denton. It's a big red building, you can't miss that. They've always been such good supporters of the podcast, and we love for you to support them. When you go in there, make sure you let Nate or Kenny know that you heard about it on the podcast, so that they know that their support of us is not in vain. And look for the new episode coming up this week. We will be talking about Fuller House, and probably get distracted by a bunch of other 90s stuff.
I can't wait to do this one.
Yeah, I know. I gotta watch episode 12 and 13 so I can get done.
It's a fucking,
and then
it's
we'll watch.
a childhood thing. And
I know.
We just gotta do it.
It's primal. So, in the meantime, have a great week, everybody, and we will see you then.
Good night.